Cody, a brace here at Twerton Park, 3 points on the board. You must be delighted with your afternoon's work.
Yeah, absolutely. Ultimately, that's what you wake up for in the morning. That's what we want, 3 points, and you're just hoping it goes that way. Come away with a brace, delighted to turn that around. I think we need to stop conceding that first goal to put us in that predicament in the first place, but 3 points, massive, and everyone's sort of going away happy from a really good day.
Yeah, well, you said we conceded the first goal and then Braintree really sat in. What was it like to play against? Quite frustrating for a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. We knew sort of, and a lot of teams will do that at this level. We seem to score and go up and then sort of sit in and make it really hard for you to break down. And it was about working that out and sort of just being patient. I think a lot of times last year we would have automatically gone really direct. It involved me a lot in the game, in a lot of aerial battles, and this year we've got players who want to go and get on the ball, and actually we're happy to be patient with that. We knew that it was going to take, ultimately we said at half time it could take 60, 70, 80 minutes to break them down, but eventually we managed to do that earlier, and then we could get going again. So it's really good that we've got the firepower to go and score goals, and hopefully now we can get some zeros and keep some clean sheets.
Yeah, get the firepower to get two in the space of just under 2 minutes to Alex Fletcher, the fine header, and then talk through your first goal.
Yeah, I mean, all sort of game. They were playing a high line. They kept stepping up. I got caught offside probably 3 or 4 times. The gaffer's probably pulling his hair out on the side, but I knew there'd be one time that they step up and I would get in. So I kept sort of doing it. Obviously, a great ball from pass. The keeper sort of played off his line a lot throughout the game. I noticed it a few times that he was off his line, so the minute I was going through I knew I was sort of doing that already, and then thankfully a nice little delicate touch and it lands over him. I did think with the hard Twerton pitch it was going to bounce over the crossbar, but thankfully it landed in the goal and give us a great lift and everyone could continue then.
You said you clearly spotted the Braintree keeper off his line. Thought you had another, didn't you? It wasn't far.
Yeah, it wasn't far off at all. I was just saying then that I noticed that he was off throughout a lot of the game. He seemed to be off his line. I don't know whether he was quite high, and I thought the next time I get the ball I'm going to go for it, and 5 seconds later it must have been landed at my feet, so I tried it. It can't have landed much over, so I look forward to seeing that on the video, but you've got to take advantage of these things. We play against good teams week in, week out. If there's any weakness that you can spot, if there's anything during the game that you can sort of rely on or keep going, then that's what we've got to do. And ultimately I've tried that today, and hopefully one day it comes off, and it did in that goal. So good. Ever
reliable from the penalty spot. You've now got 3 and 3 against Braintree among all your others. Any contest who was going to take it between you and Fletch?
No, I mean, I think we practice every week together. At the moment I'm on them, and there'll be a time that Fletch comes on them. I think there was one game last year that I was injured, and there was another game that he beat me on a Thursday. So it's good that we've got that competition, and we're both sort of cut from the same cloth in terms of we're not those strikers that just want to go and score goals. We're happy to contribute to the team. If it means that Fletch on a Thursday is better than me for whatever reason, then he can go and take the penalties, and we're quite happy with doing that. But yeah, we're happy where we are. I know there was a lot of penalty problems before me and Fletch come to the club, so hopefully that monkey's off your back as a club, and we'll continue to practice and contribute hopefully on the pitch.
Yeah, 7 points from 9 available, all from losing positions. I know you said the importance of keeping clean sheets, but the character is immense, especially after that win at Eastbourne, of course.
Absolutely, that's one thing that we know we've got the firepower to go and score goals. The next step for us ultimately is to keep that base of a 0-0, and then we can grow into games rather than chase games. And one day we're going to get. There's going to be a team out there that are going to go 1-0 up, and it's going to be harder for us to go and get that. So we need to make sure that there's going to be clean sheets, and we need to start that off as a base. It's brilliant that we're scoring goals, and ultimately that's one half of the job done. But I'm sure the gaffer and the boys will want to keep clean sheets now and make sure that we've got a solid base to go off. We're not going 1-0 down in games, and hopefully we can continue this sort of run that we're on and continue this sort of feel around the place.
Try and build on it. Bank holiday weekend, those 2 games in 3 days, one of them against Farnborough, opposition we haven't faced for a few years, so you'll be getting all the info before that and see whether you can add on to this fine goal scoring run.
Yeah, absolutely. It's busy week now, sort of Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday. It's going to be a busy week ahead, a lot of probably analysis, a lot of going through, like you said, teams and stuff. Farnborough will be a good side. They've come up last year and started reasonably well, so that'll be a tough game. And then ultimately those Saturday, Monday games are really tough. It's all about sort of those recovery and making sure everything's all right for the Monday. So no doubt there'll be rotation. No doubt the boys who weren't involved today will be needed. Everyone will be needed. Like we've just sort of spoke about then, there'll be a lot of sort of changes, and every team will have to do that. So it's about sticking together, making sure now that we pick up as many points over that weekend as we can, and ultimately make sure that we can do everything we can to make us recover and be best prepared as we can for Saturday, Monday.
Our journey home now, the Devon Car School. Who's behind the wheel today?
Behind the wheel today is Alex Fletcher. I mean, it was a questionable drive on the way up, but I'm sure he's learned from his mistakes, and we'll go back and hopefully it's a better drive. So yes, it's quite nice. This year's been really nice for me personally because I've got 4 seats in the car, so I've not had to drive a lot. So it's been really nice to be chauffeured around from the rest of the boys. I'm sure I have to contribute to them at some point, but it's been really nice. And you know, it makes a difference. I know we've said it before about the car school, but ultimately we're 2 hours up, we're 2 hours back every single journey that we do together. It's a lot of travelling throughout the week. You know, you're talking every single sort of evening we're leaving at 3-4 in the afternoon and getting back at midnight, and it's a lot of sacrifice that we have to put in coming from all the way down there. So when we get wins like this and we do things like this, it's really important to sort of celebrate that and come away knowing that, you know, we've done everything we can for the club today.
Well, literally have a safe journey home. See you next Saturday.
See you next Saturday.